Okay, now I have the sense that I might be able to do something here, and that's depending on this guy, and because this guy's gone now. Okay, never mind. White out here has made the play that I was gonna make. He might actually have something better than Queen 9 also, so we will get rid of this and wait our turn. Blinds are at 600, so I've got at least 10 times the big blind at the moment. Antes are out, so I've got actually a little bit less than 10 times the big blind. But that's no problem. We're going to ride it out as far as we can. Okay, new table. Okay, we've got some big stacks here. We're going to ride the spiral to the end. We may just go where no one's been. Blinds up to 800 now. I no longer have 10 times the big blind, which means I will have to shove really hard when I get a hand that I want to move on. You can play around with those numbers, but that's what I'm going with. Less than 10 times the big blind means shove. Out of position, in position, doesn't really matter. You know, the blinds are going to crunch you if you don't move. You can wait all day for a good hand. You know, if I get the chance to steal, I will. But I don't have a read on this table at the moment. It just got moved, so I am waiting for a good hand. But if I see the opportunity for a semi-bluff, I'll probably go for it. Like if I've got a low pair, you know, against some overcards, I'll probably bet it. Queen 6, no good. We'll get rid of that and let these people work it out for themselves. Not sure what's up with this screen here. Here's the one I'm in. I don't know, it's not refreshing. Okay, there it goes. Under the gun was 6-4. I think we'll get rid of that. Just trying to make some sense of this here. Alright, here we go. Okay, 65 players left on 8 tables. Alright, let's make this happen. This is where we start playing some real poker. Lots of all-ins, lots of pre-flop action, a lot of bluffing. You know, I'd like to be in a bit of a later position though to make anything happen, make any moves at all, so we'll just wait to clear the blinds here and we'll make something happen. We need more tunes. Once again, tell me, what do you guys listen to? What do you like? What kind of music do you guys grind it out to? You like R&B, hip-hop? I'm a fan of all music, and I always take suggestions. So if you guys have a special song that you like to, or a special album especially, I love to listen to a full album. Rick Wakeman, Knights of the Round Table. That's one of my favorite ones. Poker Night, definitely. And the King Arthur Legend. I can always go for some of that. If you don't know Rick Wakeman, he's the keyboardist from the band Yes, and he's amazing. He's done this whole composition called Legend of King Arthur. And check it out if you can on the YouTubes. It's some great stuff. Okay, 6-5 suited with the big blind. Maybe we can see a flop and catch some spades here. That would be really sweet. I like where this is going. Raids. Not the best flop for me. But I don't think he likes it either. Ah! That kind of shove, though, really hurts. And I know he's full of it. He's just probably got a better hand than 6-5. I know he didn't hit that board, but I can't call him on it. Oh, these low suited connectors are killing me. I'd love to hit something with them and just skin somebody. That'd be great. I keep referring to myself as a Sklansky man, and yet I am playing these hands that are not in the Sklansky table at all. So maybe I should revise that statement and just say I like Sklansky. David Sklansky is cool. Okay, there are the hearts. I just need a 6. 6 of hearts, that'd be amazing. But it'd be hard to play that situation like that. I am very short stacked now. That 6-5 suited play, not the best idea in hindsight. And yeah, I'm probably going to shove if I get an ace or something like that. See if I can catch an ace or something. That would be incredible. My later tournament play does need a lot of work. Never a fan of these big free rolls because, it's a real tough grind. I won't lie to you. There's some good players here. I like to play the paid tournaments. And why am I not playing a paid tournament today? Oh yeah, I donked up all my money in a cash game over the weekend. Not funny. I actually lost to a pretty bad suck out. But I've still got some reward points and I can spend those on tournaments, which is pretty cool. No. Yeah, you would think that I would just go for it, right? Knowing me, the donk, the poker night. But believe it or not, I know better. And though for those of you who don't, that's because there's 3 callers already and more people behind me to go. And just look at that board. Speaks for itself. Point of interest, deuces are not in the Sklansky table either. Three-way pot, big action, big money. Okay, soon I'm gonna have to pay $1,000 to see a hand. Which means I have to decide, is it gonna be better than Jack 4? And the answer is yes. I think it's going to be better than Jack 4. Because I'm probably looking at shoving all my chips in, you know, on the next best hand. Whatever the best hand is in the next couple hands or in the next rotation, I'm probably going to have to go all in. Not because I want to. I'd like to see the flop first, but someone's, you know, likely to shove against me. Or I'm going to want to try to double up because this is a free roll. You know, if this was a paid tournament, I would probably let myself get ground down all the way down to like 1,000 and try to catch a pair and then go up against the big stacks and double up. But because it's a free roll, I admit I'm a little bit looser. Check out the Poker Cat scoring big on the set of sixes there. Good for him. 410. Okay, that's not better than the last hand. Out of curiosity, let's see where we're at. What are we up to? 40 players on 5 tables. Okay. Now the top 10 seats get paid. I gotta eliminate 30 more players in order to make it into the next round. This is a qualifier free roll. And I'm wondering, is that possible with my chips? Can I do it without risking another cent? I mean, making it to the break is an accomplishment in itself on Poker King, because, you know, every site has a different length of time. When you look at how long a free roll lasts, for example, on Party Poker, I know if I get into a free roll, I'm in it for a couple hours, you know, 2-3 hours at least, depending on how many players. On Poker King, you know, it's the same thing, depending on how many players, but we're looking at a smaller number of players because it's a new site. So I've been estimating, and I've been, you know, playing, and by my count, the free rolls last about an hour and a half. Okay, so that's from start to finish. So if you make it into the final table, or if you make it into the break, rather, you know you've got about another half an hour to go. So you can calculate how long you can last based on the blinds, based on the rotations and the antes, and, you know, you can do all that. Or you can just make the simple calculation that if you've got less than 10 big blinds, you are in trouble and you need to make something happen. Okay, whether that involves shoving your whole stack in, a half stack in. What I generally go by is, you know, the Sklansky table. When I'm short stacked, I'm looking to shove my whole stack in with a Sklansky one hand when I'm short stacked in a tournament. Okay, other than that, I'm going to want to see the flop. So I'll do that. Even though it's a free roll, I'll be conservative and I won't gamble. You know, if I catch a 10 jack or something, I'll pay and I will try to see the flop first. And that, you know, that way I'm still left with a couple chips, because all you need is a chip and a chair, right? Right. I've done it. You know, brought myself back from the grave. Brought myself back from having 600 chips in a big multi-table tournament. That's huge. That's gargantuan. Alright, so stay with me. Bear with me here, folks. I'm going to grind it out all the way to the end. I'm going to ride the spiral. May just see something, and we may just go where no one's been. Now, that's a bit of a muddled quote there from a really cool band. I'm not going to name who, because those who know, know. And if you don't know, well, it's Tool. Now you know. So, yeah, Tool is great, although I'm not really grinding to that music at the moment. Maybe I should. You know what? I think so, because, you know, I'm listening to Chemical Brothers right now, and the song that just came up is Out of Control. So I'm gonna switch.